I'm not the type of person to do my makeup every day. Like, one thing about me, I will choose not to do my makeup in the morning. Like, I'm not willing to. But at the same time, I have the ghettoest eyebrows. So today, I wanted to show you guys my solution. I grew out my eyebrows just for you guys, just so that I could do this tutorial. So if you are interested, to stay tuned. Hi babe, it's Vicky here. I hope you're doing absolutely fantastic. Today I'll be sharing my updated brow tint tutorial. Honestly, this video is a little bit overdue. I have done a brow tint tutorial before, but ever since then there are a lot of things that, you know, I have tweaked here and there. So I wanted to bring you guys an updated one just to make everything like easier. I feel like it's easier now than it was before. So I really do hope that you enjoy this video and we'll get straight into it. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to start with applying a bit of Vaseline to my brows. Now this is optional. Personally, I feel like it helps with the shaving and it acts like a medium which helps the blade to glide easier, and it also minimizes the cuts that I get when I'm shaving my brows. Then I'm brushing my brows up with a spoolie just to get the process started. Now for the shaving of my brows, I'm actually going to use a brow razor. I got this pack from China Mall, and it basically has 3 razors, and this is what it looks like. So using the blade, I am going to start shaping my brows. I am starting at the top, and you might want to hold your skin taut. I didn't do it for the top part, but as you guys are going to see, for the bottom of my brows, I did hold my skin taut. It helps minimize the cuts that you're going to get because you're holding the skin tight. So you can go on ahead and shape your brows as desired. And I'm just going to use a spoolie to brush it up and just to make sure that I am happy with the shape of my brows. This is what the shaping. And now I'm going to go on and take a cotton pad along with micellar water, and I'm going to remove the Vaseline that I had applied to my brows. You want to make sure that you get all of it off, because the slightest amount left will affect the tint and it won't last as long as it's supposed to. For my brow tint, I'm going to use this Julienne brow tint, and this is in the color dark brown. This pack that I got was actually a refill, so it comes with the brow tint only. I just had developer from another pack that I just used along with this one. So for the first pack, you might want to get the full pack and not necessarily the refill, so that you can get both the developer and the tint. So I am going to take a pea-sized amount of the brow tint, and then I'm going to mix in the same amount of developer. Now to mix it all in, I'm going to use the back of a spoolie just to make sure that I get the correct consistency. You want it to look sort of like a thick deep conditioner, if that even makes sense. To apply the product, I'm actually using an old angled brush that I used to use for my makeup. I use it now strictly for my brows, and I'm just going to apply this following the shape of the brow. Don't get too worried about how neat and tidy it is, because I am going to clean it up. So you just want to make sure that you apply it evenly, so there are no gaps, nothing showing in between. So make sure you apply it evenly. And then I'm going to take a cotton ear bud, and that is what I'm going to use to clean up the brow. So I'm going to use the cotton bud just to perfect the shape and to make sure that I got this shape perfectly. The same way that you would use a concealer to clean up your brows when you were doing them like for makeup purposes. That is exactly what I'm doing now. So if there's ever any excess product on your cotton bud, you can just take a bit of tissue, wipe it off, and just keep it going, because if you don't wipe off the excess, it's just going to transfer to other areas, and then now you have a huge mess. So for the front part of my brow, I like having a bit more control, so I normally remove the slightest amounts, and that's because I want to apply it perfectly, just to make sure that it's perfect, because that's the part that's going to give you away. If you get the front wrong, your brow gonna look raggedy. So I'm basically done with this brow, and I will let you guys watch me do the other brow, then I'll come back a little bit later. And now that I am happy with the shape, I'm basically going to set a timer for 15 minutes, and I will just let the brow tint sit for about 15 minutes. And now you're going to take a wet cotton bud, and you're just going to remove the excess brow tint. This should be your final result. So this is the final end result. So I really like how my brows came out. A word of advice to anyone who is starting out, I would suggest that you start out with like dark brown and then move on to black once you're comfortable, just so that you can get the hang of it. I've been using dark brown for the last 3 years. Like ever since I've been tinting my brows, I've just been using dark brown. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys